I don't want Storm to be good or Fire to be good because they just have more health with higher TPP. I want my Steel to be good with like good stats, with lower health, with utility, and that DPP, right? That's the mark you need to hit right there if you're King's Isle. Alright, what's going on, guys? Salim here. Welcome to today's video on the channel. In today's video, I have a commentary for y'all, and we are basically going to be talking about some of the news that came from Rapid stream the past couple of days. There's some very, very important topics I want to touch on in today's video. Most importantly, I would say, is the new Pierce Jewel changes that are coming. Now, we don't know if this is like going to be like a circle socket like on our theme, or it's for gear. I'm personally leaning a bit towards like socketing stuff on your gear personally, or a wand even. But yeah, I'll throw the image up on screen for y'all to, you know, obviously speculate and, you know, come to your own conclusions on that. Honestly, it seems like a great idea and it seems really cool. And when I saw this in the morning, it honestly made my day and I was so happy. And then some players started asking some questions, and I'm not sure if I'm understanding this right, but I think the devs said that the jewel basically, the jewel thing, new slot thing will only be like for dual school essentially. Like you can't actually use that on your school. So example, for the myth one we see in the screenshot here, you won't actually be able to put that on your myth stats. So you would only be able to use that on dual school, but dual schooling is just not good right now, right? And dual school is just very, very controversial in, you know, a lot of people's books, and in my opinion as well, right? And we're gonna talk about that in this video. But yeah, the news got out, and a lot of people are actually fairly unhappy with this from what I've seen so far. People are kind of, I don't want to say they're already sick of dual schooling, but for example, right now, the best dual school is Stice, which is like ice on storm, or storm on ice, whatever. An ice using storm cards and a life using storm cards. Now, this works because they have so much base stats compared to, you know, storm and fire, for example, where they can get 10k health with the same resist, right? The same damage with just more pierce, objectively speaking. And yeah, again, like, it's a neat idea to come up with, but when most of your players care about school identity, they don't want to see other people robbing their school identity. For example, Storm is a great example right now. Normal Storm, like normal 150 Storm here, I'll hop on my Storm Wizard. Normal 150, like Diviner, Paragon, Storm is bad at max level, objectively speaking right now, right? But if you want to be, if you want to play Storm, but have it be like good or feel good, you have to max out an Ice or a Life, and then you spend money on packs and stuff to get that gear, right? And then like you get a mastery and you get like Rasulka TC from the black market, and it's just like a pain in the ass. The Beetles too, right? It's a pain in the butt. So it's a big problem with accessibility and a big problem with school identity. My gripe is that the right word? I hope it is anyways. My problem is more with the lack of school identity, right? I have like 3k base health on a storm compared to ice. It's like 5.1 or something, right? So they just get like 2k more health essentially with the exact same stats with like 5 more pierce. It's pretty mental. And yeah, this is just another problem with school identity not being a thing, right? You see this with fire right now. Fire is like the overtime school, but it's worse at overtiming, right? Stormage, oh my god. Storm is supposed to be the glass cannon school, right? But you see other schools hitting harder than Storm right now in the meta. And now you see Ice and Life playing Storm better than Storm can, right? So I think this is an issue because obviously like, there's, you know, the school identity problems with, you know, most people want a mono school, and, you know, that's what the Wiz community likes for the most part, right? But it becomes a huge problem when I'm a casual player and I only have a Storm, but my school sucks, and I would have to be incentivized to make a Life or an Ice to obviously, you know, want to play Storm, which is a huge problem. Not every player has that luxury, like I do, for example, right? And like we talked about it a minute ago, even if you do that, you have to, you know, get the dual school gear. You have to, like, you know, make a Storm pet, maybe. I guess you could transfer one, theoretically, right? You gotta get the mastery. You have to get the TC from the Empower Black Market. There's all these barriers to entry, even if you want a dual school. And on top of, you know, keep in mind, on top of players already not wanting to dual school, there is a huge issue with accessibility. I cannot say that word in the community right now, and in the game, really. And in Rapbeard's stream, I mean, I've heard some stuff. I heard they're going to look at Ice, they're going to look at Storm, like Fire's getting a buff, and then, obviously, Artie came out and said a couple days ago that, like, the hitting schools are getting, like, getting some love or a buff or something like that. I'll probably post this stuff on the screen so you guys don't think I'm crazy, but it's been great news, honestly. And like I said, when I saw the Jewel news, I got so happy that, like, oh my god, the hitting schools are actually going to do damage now. I can be afraid of a S'more and a Rusalka and a Yaga now. Dude, finally, you know, I'm going to be happy. But then I hear that it's essentially you can't run it on your school, so you have to dual school. So it's automatically like it's like a buzzkill, you know? And then the accessibility and the lack of school identity, it's just like, it's a bad thing, man. It's a really bad thing, unfortunately. And yeah, I'm not opposed to dual school. Like, I don't mind having a mastery, for example. But I think asking everybody to run 2 schools at once is a little bit crazy right now. Especially in Wiz, people care a lot about, they take a lot of passion and pride in the school that they choose to max, right? As I'm a Storm and Fire main, but you know, I have all the max characters, right? So for me, it's not that big of a deal. But somebody might be very proud and biased towards balance, but let's say, for argument's sake, Life can play balance better right now, right? How do you think that player is going to feel, right? Well, what I really think Kingston needs to do is they need to prioritize mono schooling. I think you've already branched out on, well, not enough with the Rochambeau, but you already got players running Mastery, running, like, you know, what is it? I don't know. I run Ice Mastery on my Myth sometimes for, like, Vexation, right? I'm already running, like, different cards. It's already, like, interesting. It's already spiced up. I think going the extra mile to, like, enforce a whole meta, like we see with Stice and Worm right now in the meta, I think that's just way too far. I think we need to return to the roots, fix the school identity, fix the stats, right? You know, obviously make Storm do damage, make Fire have the best overtime. And then I think once we're there, I think King Saw can maybe look into dual schooling, right? Because mono schooling should always be better than dual schooling, right? To dual school, like, you're probably giving up stats, right? And if you're mono schooling, you shouldn't be giving up stats, and you should have more of a simple game plan to win as opposed to the dual school, right? So, I don't know, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this stuff in the comments below. I just kind of want to talk about it, offer my opinions, and just bring up, well, I guess I didn't really bring up a solution in this video, I guess, did I? Well, for the Jewel thing, I guess there'd be 2 solutions. One, which I think is a bad idea. Just want to say this, like, Artie or Rapbeard or Cam, anybody who's watching this video, that don't do this, but I'm gonna say it because, like, it's technically a solution. You could make the base HP a bit closer in the gap. Like, again, Storm to Ice, for example, is what, 2.1, I think, or something. Maybe make that 1,000 or, like, a bit closer in terms of the gap, right? Since dual school and, like, you know, all the shenanigans going on right now. But I would not want to see that because I don't want Storm to be good or Fire to be good because they just have more health with higher TPP. I want my school to be good with, like, good stats, with lower health, with utility, and that TPP, right? That's the mark you need to hit right there if you're King Zal, right? We don't want more health because then it'll become broken like Stice and Worm right now. We just want more better stats, more utility, and we want to actually feel like we're doing damage on these schools. And the second solution would to be obviously make these things not dual school only, make your mono school, you know, allowed to do it. Again, I'm not sure if I can run for example my 18 Pierce here on my ring and my theme, and then socket like 4 Pierce and 20 damage on my robe. I'm not sure if that's how it works at all. I think Rapbeard teased that, like, you can, like, kind of, like, edit your gear a bit more. Like, I could add, I don't know, take 20. I could take this 20 damage away, but add 20 resist onto it, for example. I think he teased at that as well in the VOD. I could be wrong, but I actually was suggesting this a bit towards when Fifth Age came out, and if that's what it is, I'm happy that they listened. Maybe they didn't even watch that video. I don't know, but I know I brought that up in 3 points in Azteca. I remember the exact place, so it's cool to see if they actually did listen with that point. But yeah, make this available to monoschooling as well, so obviously they can be better than dual schooling, right? Because again, right now, Paragon, like Diviner Storm, like 8700 Hellstorm is just automatically worse than Stice and Lorm right now because of how the stats work and how big of a deal the HP gap is, essentially. But yeah, man, that's really my only two solutions I got for the devs. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you think about dual schooling? Do you think my points are valid with the accessibility and the lack of school identity? I'm just really curious to see what are your solutions for this. Do you like the dual school? Do you want to stay mono school? Do you think they should delete balance from the game? Let's talk about it in the comments, guys. But anyways, yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what you guys got to say, and I have to go. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching this far. By the way, be sure to check out the Discord. We got a new Discord because some people are crazy nowadays. That's all I'm saying. Check out the Discord link in the description below. Thank you for being here, and as always, take care, guys.